That's what greatness at work looks like.
And then obviously he's got to go through that training. It's the
Joseph Parker has just done the unthinkable, knocking out Tyson Fury in sparring. The moment sent tremors across the entire Moraine training camp and through the heavyweight division. Even Fury's tone after the session told the story. It wasn't the voice of a man bruised by chance. It was respect from the reigning king. Fury has felt Parker's power before, but this time, something changed. The camp isn't a place for casual rounds or light drills anymore. The atmosphere is warlike, silent, yet electric. Every punch Parker throws now carries Fabio Wardley's name. When Tyson Fury begins giving out credit in sparring, it's never casual. It's acknowledgement that something serious is brewing. Parker's energy in camp has elevated everyone around him, including the champ.
He's given me motivation to train every day because he's here as well. So a training partner is a vital thing for me. Without a training partner, things become difficult. You know how hard I like to train? So to come in here and train on my own like that, I can, and I do. But it's easier if Joe's here, you know? Yeah. So, yeah, friendship and the brotherhood and the training partner is probably the most important things anyone can ever have. And I feel like I can trust Joe with anything, to be fair.
Champion himself. He's no longer the friendly sparring partner who works for rounds. He's the one setting the pace, forcing even Fury to adapt. That alone spells danger for Fabio Wardley, whose confidence might already be trembling under the weight of Parker's rise. Johnny Nelson, never one to exaggerate, couldn't ignore what went down inside that.
This guy, I'll tell you, Tyson Fury, if he doesn't want to get hit, you will not hit him. Trust me. For a big kid, I thought to myself, how
you couldn't hit him. You couldn't get near him. Was he that awkward style then?
I'm a slippery ring. His reaction said everything. You don't rock Tyson Fury in sparring unless you found something special. Nelson's admiration was mixed with a hint of warning. Parker's timing, precision, and self-belief have evolved beyond recognition. When a defensive wizard like Fury gets clipped,
he's got to be unrelentless. He's got to be relentless. He's got to go on. He can't take any.
It validates Parker's transformation. The power isn't hype. It's absolutely real. Andy Lee, Parker's trainer and mentor, didn't send out advice after the session. He sent a warning. Lee has seen the growth firsthand. He knows Fabio Wardley can't afford even a second of hesitation when the bell rings. Parker's engine is...
But I'm talking about with somebody who doesn't fiddle around, somebody who actually would like to get in the latter rounds and is capable of knocking people over. You know, he's a puncher. You've seen him do it, and he's done it well.
Relentless, his rhythm unbreakable. If Wardley slows down even for a heartbeat, Parker will make him pay brutally. Lee's calm assurance mirrors the dangerous composure of a man who's crafted his fighter into a silent storm. Promoter Frank Warren also sensed the shift. His tone carried both respect and realism. Parker's not merely surviving elite sparring rounds anymore, he's dominating them. He's dismantling
Firstly, very grateful to Tyson and what he's done for myself, and not only for myself but everyone around him. He really looks after everyone. You know, when you have someone like that who wants nothing but the best for you, it makes it a lot easier. Then you have Andy Lee here. There's togetherness in the way that we train, in the way
who once outclassed him. Every heavyweight in the division, Wardley included, should be on alert. Parker is no longer fighting to prove himself. He's fighting to send messages. What makes Parker's resurgence so dangerous isn't just his power, but his humility. When he spoke about sparring Fury,
he's got bollocks, mate, the size of King Kong's. He really has. His game, very limited, but very, very game, and shows you how far heart can get you.
His gratitude revealed a deeper truth. He's peaking at the perfect moment. His calm exterior hides chaos inside the ring. Surrounded by world champions and guided by brilliant minds, Parker has evolved into something refined, ruthless, and unshakable. The unity in...
Gone behind in certain areas of his technique, which was proven in his last fight against, was it Hooney?
Justice Hooney.
Justice Hooney, right? Because he was exposed.
He was.
For his boxing skills.
Yeah.
That camp isn't built on hype. It's built on mutual respect, and that's what makes it so dangerous. Wardley won't be facing one man, he'll be facing the energy of a collective determined to see Parker reclaim greatness. Even Tony Bellew, a man rarely generous with praise, couldn't hold back his admiration. Bellew highlighted Parker's grit, heart, and refusal to fade under pressure, traits that are redefining how the boxing world views him. Once dismissed as too nice or limited, Parker is now showing that experience and courage can outshine hype. Fabio Wardley might be about to learn that the hard way. Duke McKenzie's breakdown hits exactly where it hurts. Wardley's game, though powerful, still shows cracks against someone as sharp, calm, and methodical.
He's got to go to the deep waters, unless somebody slips up and get caught early. But, we gotta get him into the deep waters.
As Parker, that's a nightmare scenario. The gap between hype and reality is showing, and Parker's precision could turn those cracks into brutal lessons. Duke sees a veteran ready to exploit a young man's overconfidence. Then there's Buddy McGirt, a man who's seen every kind of fighter rise and fall. His analysis cuts straight to the truth. This fight won't be won by fireworks or raw power. It'll be decided by who can swim when the air gets thin. The deep dark championship rounds. That's Parker's territory. He's been there before, enduring wars against Joe Joyce and Dillian White, and still finding rhythm under pressure. Wardley, in contrast, has lived mostly in shallow waters. His early knockouts mask the tests he hasn't yet faced. Deep rounds expose what raw strength can't hide.
Yeah, look, I have confidence in my power against Parker, against everyone in this division. I believe right opportunity, right moment, right occasion, I can knock anyone out. That is, for me, I think that's there, but there's a lot more that goes into it, piecing it together properly and doing all that. But Parker has proven that he can go down and get back up and will himself through. So I'm going to have to be smart, strategic about how I go about trying to get
patience and composure. Parker has proven he can think while taking punishment, make adjustments mid-round, and rise when others fade. McGirt sees what most overlook, that Wardley's confidence could crumble the moment fatigue sets in. If the fight drifts into the later rounds, there's only one man truly built to weather the storm, Joseph Parker. Wardley's recent interviews suggest strategy, but beneath the words lies hesitation. He acknowledges Parker's durability, and that's the first crack in his armor. Wardley's banking on power, but Parker's faced harder hitters and never folded. What Wardley doesn't yet grasp is that Parker's strength isn't just physical, it's psychological. Under Andy Lee's mentorship, Parker's been humbled, rebuilt, and redefined. Every setback...
It's going to have everyone, just on the edge of their seat. I can already see it. What we're going for, will Fabio be losing the fight again and come back? Or is Joseph Parker too cute, too experienced, and know too much? It's, you're on the edge of the seat kind of decision.
Was a lesson. Every defeat another step toward mastery. Fabio might plan to pick his shots carefully, but Parker's seen every style and knows how to dismantle opponents mentally before finishing them physically. This won't be a wild brawl, it'll be chess, and when a fighter begins second-guessing his game plan before fight night, that's a red flag. Parker is already living rent-free in Wardley's head. Fraser Clark, known for his sharp insights, paints the fight as a collision of experience versus ambition. He calls Parker too cute, too experienced, and that isn't casual praise. It's acknowledgement of a man who has evolved into a master of control. Parker's ring IQ has reached elite levels. He's no longer relying on fast hands or heart alone. He's now dictating space, tempo, and momentum like a grand master. Wardley's heart might keep him in the fight, but Parker's...
He's got at least 6-7 set combinations. He can fight. So he needs to control this beast. If he doesn't control it, don't be surprised if you get an upset Saturday night. Don't be surprised.
Do you think Parker has the power or the speed and combination?
I think he's got the speed and combination.
Composure will dictate the rhythm. Fraser's words underline the truth. Raw aggression meets a brick wall when faced with refined ring wisdom. And in those late moments where adrenaline fades and exhaustion creeps in, Parker's experience becomes the weapon that separates champions from contenders. Johnny Nelson's deeper analysis reveals exactly what makes this version of Parker so lethal: discipline. Parker's now capable of stringing together 6 or 7 calculated combinations, each crafted to bait aggression and punish mistakes. He's not throwing for excitement anymore. Every punch has intent. Under Andy Lee, he's become a tactical powerhouse, blending patience with punishment. When Nelson says, "Control this beast," it isn't hyperbole. Parker's rhythm itself has become a weapon. His ability to manipulate timing and control distance forces opponents to fight his fight. Fabio Wardley has never faced.
I mean, I think Parker has got wonderful skills, and under Andy Lee, he's really rejuvenated, and I think he's one of the best heavyweights in the world, period now, former world champion, of course. I think he's better than he once was, so that's a problem for Wardley, but Wardley brings that power in, and remember, Joe Joyce knocked Joe Parker out. Others have had him in trouble, Dillian White down, so you can never write Wardley out of anything, and he'll fancy it.
This level of strategic depth, and once the patterns start unfolding, adapting may be impossible. Parker's combinations will trap him before he even realizes he's cornered. This isn't about luck or surprise anymore. It's about levels, and Parker is now operating at one Wardley hasn't yet reached. Adam Smith, one of the sport's most respected voices, perfectly captures the transformation. The new Joseph Parker isn't just reborn, he's reinvented. Under Andy Lee's guidance, he's refined his weaknesses into strengths and discovered a calm brutality that's redefining his career. Gone is the polite contender who smiled through battles. In his place stands a complete dangerous operator. Adam respects Wardley's power, but reminds everyone that Parker has already walked through fire against some of the division's hardest punchers. Joyce, White, and Chisora all tried to break him. None succeeded. That kind of experience builds armor.
Fighting it.
It is a good fight.
Parker Wardley, I'm actually looking forward to that. I think Parker does it with the experience and the skills and
I think he overcomes, but I think it's too big of a
Wardley punches hard. Wardley punches hard enough to make it a fight and then drag him into something and make it like so interesting.
Fabio's always in the fight card. He has to shoot against Justice Huni.
Not fear. Wardley might carry confidence, but it's confidence built on distance, not damage. When he stands across from Parker, sharper, faster, smarter, he'll understand what world class truly feels like. Adam sees this fight not just as a test for Parker, but a trap for Wardley. The power will make it explosive, but intelligence will decide who remains standing. Tony Bellew echoes that sentiment, cutting through the noise with clarity. This fight, he says, won't be about hype, it'll be about IQ. Bellew, a man who's lived the chaos of championship nights, knows that hunger and aggression are never enough without calculation. Wardley might bring the fireworks, but Parker brings the blueprint: calculation, rhythm, and composure, the three elements that define victory. When Bellew talks about experience and skills, he's referencing years of Parker refining mistakes.
They're going to be throwing bombs, and somebody will go. It's going to be a great fight. All or nothing. It's on the line. The winner will get Usyk. That's what they're fighting for.
Into mastery, Parker has been through every storm possible: championship highs, knockout lows, rebuilding phases, and mental trials. That's what makes him dangerous. Wardley hasn't tasted that depth yet. He hasn't faced that pressure. Bellew can sense it, the gap in fight IQ that could swallow Wardley whole. Once Parker starts dictating pace, the young lion's aggression could turn into confusion. This fight isn't just about belts or status, it's a lesson waiting to happen. Frank Warren's closing words raise the stakes even higher. This fight isn't about bragging rights or paydays anymore. It's a direct ticket to face Alexander Usyk, the division's reigning genius. Parker knows what that means. He's been here before, close enough to touch championship gold, wise enough to know how fast it can disappear. Wardley, by contrast, has never felt this level of pressure. He's never fought with legacy on the line. When Warren says all or nothing, he means it literally.
You know what I know. He's become a bit of a predator, and he waits and he pushes and he pushes and then he waits and then he springs and sets his trap and then bang.
One fighter steps into immortality, the other fades into memory. Parker's tasted both victory and pain, and that's what fuels him now. Wardley might throw bombs, but Parker's precision, patience, and purpose make him the more complete threat. With Usyk on the horizon, every jab and counter will carry the weight of history. As Warren said, they're going to be throwing bombs, and somebody will go. It's all or nothing. The winner will get Usyk. Duke McKenzie perhaps describes it best. Joseph Parker, he says, is a calculated predator. This version of Parker isn't emotional. He's efficient. He stalks, studies, and strikes only when it's time. His patience is weaponized. Years of danger have taught him not to panic. Under Andy Lee, timing has become his sharpest blade. He doesn't chase knockouts. he engineers them. Wardley's youthful explosiveness could easily walk into one of those traps, mistaking silence for safety. But Parker's silence isn't fear, it's strategy, the calm before the ambush. When Mackenzie says, then bang, he gets you, it isn't a metaphor, it's a prophecy. Wardley may start fast, but Parker will finish smart. And in heavyweight boxing, it's always the smarter hunter who eats first. Now everything points to one undeniable truth. Joseph Parker is entering this fight. He's sharper, calmer, and more dangerous than ever. From knocking out Tyson Fury in sparring to earning the respect of legends, he's reminding the world that experience still rules the heavyweight jungle. Fabio Wardley, though fearless, is stepping into the biggest test of his life. He's got youth, power, and momentum, but against a calculated veteran like Parker, that raw energy could turn to recklessness. This isn't about pride anymore, it's about proving who belongs in the ring with Alexander Usyk next. Both men have something monumental to lose, but only one looks truly ready for greatness. So, what do you think? Does Joseph Parker's experience crush Fabio Wardley's rise, or will the young lion shock the world? Drop your thoughts below, the debate begins now.